Hello, and welcome to the second episode of the IT Ninja podcast. I'm your host, David Wilson. And to start off, I guess I will have to apologize for pod fading before I even really began. The concept was supposed to be for a podcast once a month, and I did a show in June, but July and August were very intense months, so, well, it just didn't happen. I moved, if you notice, the back of the background looks a little different from the last podcast. My sister got married. Work has continued to get busier and busier. I've taken 2 vacations. I'm actually the last day of my stay vacation right now. I've never done a stay vacation before. For those of you who don't know what a stay vacation is, it's basically where you stay at home and just chill and don't do anything. It's been lovely. I've really enjoyed it. Part of me has to admit I don't want to go back to work tomorrow, but hey, you know what? We'll go out fighting. I will start off by I have many stories to tell you from work, and some of my favorite stories. So I'll get started. For a interesting story, there is such a thing as a EDID connection, and what that is a standard that the projector and the laptop media switcher, any other input device you want to throw in there, a DVD player that talks to the projector, has an EDID connection, which is a handshake that says in so many terms, hey, what screen resolution do you want? Hey, what frequency do you want? And they'll negotiate a frequency and resolution that is good for both parties. So, with that explanation, we have a new media switcher at work. I'll find the model for you and put it in the links. And we have these Dell Optiplex 7010 ultra small form factors, 1 and then 2 small form factors. So now I'll give you the layout, and the computer that caused us the most grief was one in the conference room in a new building. And so what happens is the house PC or conference PC and the media switcher negotiate the EDID connection, and the house PC reboots at night for updates via deep freeze, and when that happens, it sends a new EDID signal to the media switcher, and the media switcher does not see it because it only looks for the old signal. So there's no image posted to the projector, which has been quite a problem for a conference room that holds many meetings throughout the day. So a quick, dirty solution a colleague of mine found was to just hard boot well, it's even worse than hard boot. It's unplugging and plugging back in the media switcher. And that would cause the media switcher to look for a new signal. And this is a real problem with Intel drivers, the video drivers that the Dell 7010 uses. And if you go and search Intel driver and EDID, E-D-I-D, in Google, everybody is screaming about this issue, and Intel apparently doesn't want to deal with it. So if you have this problem, the real only solution you have is to go find a video card that's not Intel. So I did. I found a Asus AMD 6450 HD video card with a HDMI out which goes directly into the media switcher. So that has fixed our problem. Cool. And unfortunately, there has been a lasting effect from that hard resetting of the media switcher. The firmware on it is now corrupted. So our AV vendor is coming out tomorrow and will be seeing if we can update the firmware in that media switcher. So fingers crossed. So I learned something of interest in this installing of these video cards. So all these computers have deep freeze on them, and if you're not familiar with deep freeze, it's a program that keeps the computer in a stable state, and every single time you reboot, it goes back to that stable state. So basically, you can screw up Windows really good and reboot, and life will be okay. So with that being said, I installed a video card before I thawed the machine. So what was happening was it was not seeing the new video card. Windows did not see that it was installed in the motherboard. So you'd boot it, and then you couldn't get this image on the projector through the media switcher. It's like, come on, really? Is it really that hard? And then you go look in Device Manager, and sure enough, it's not there. It has the Intel driver for the Intel onboard video, but your external video card in your PCI Express, So I thought that I didn't seat the card long enough, so I took the computer out of the rack, and I felt the video card, and it's warm. So yeah, it's getting power. So then I kind of thought about it, and then I remoted in, and that's the thing is I could remote in to see what was going on. So I thawed it. Sure enough, guess what? My video card shows up. My HDMI connection worked out without even a driver installed, and then I installed my driver, and everything was good. So that appears to be working well, and hopefully with a little more work we'll have the conference room fully running, and that ultra small form factor does not have room for a video card where the small form factor does. So I had to swap out the hard drive, well, swap out more specifically saying I had to put an image up on the server and put it back down, because in the ultra small it's a 2.5 inch, and in the small it's a 3.5 inch drive. Go figure, right? So one of the things that I had to do in this project as well was the AV rack underneath the conference room table was designed in mind for the ultra small, not the small. So sure enough, it didn't fit. So I had 4U to work with, and in that, if you are not familiar with what a U is, it's pretty much a length of, or how tall one server is, and I had 4 of those to work with, and the media switcher took up 1U, and the small form factor 7010 took up 2U. So I have only 1U left to work with, and the media switcher is sitting right in the middle, right at about 2U. So I first thought, I'll place it up all the way up to the top, and we'll just put the computer underneath it, and life will be okay. Well, no, because on the top of the media switcher is the openings for the air to vent into the control board, so that was an option. But what they did do, what was nice, is they gave me a metal sheet, if you will, that was on the bottom, and I removed it I put the media switcher on the bottom of the 4U, took that metal sheet, or metal, what would be the correct word I'm looking for? Like, shelf, metal shelf, put that in the third U up. So now my small form factor sits on the top. Yes, it touches the top of the conference table, but that's okay because the fans are in the back, where if the media switcher was at the very top, it's a probability that it could overheat. Now being on the bottom, there's a U between the two that both will not overheat. So that's my EDID story in a nutshell. I've learned a lot, and like I said, I hope next month that I will have news that it's okay and the conference room is ready to go. At the moment it is out of commission because the media switcher firmware is corrupted.